Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of NBA 2K18 My Career Offline. I am Jose the Sports Gamer back with another video. If you're new to this channel, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Also make sure to check out my other channel at DJ Dynamite, where I haven't uploaded in a month, but I have planned to upload it at some point in the next week or so. And I also am streaming from time to time at Twitch, where you can find my account for Jose the Sports Gamer. The link will be in the description in case you want to check it out. Today I'm going to talk about two things because this video is going to be extra long and I don't think I can talk about one subject in 18 minutes. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the NBA playoffs and my conference finals predictions. So as of this moment, the Rockets and the Warriors are tied up at 2. Today the Rockets are at home, so they do have a certain advantage, but it's up to the Warriors to see if they can take a game on the road. It might, I don't know, they already done it, and so far it seems that it's a give and take kind of thing. One team wins one game, the next team wins another. It's like back and forth. I'm not sure who's going to win. I predict it's going to be the Warriors who are going to win this series. Maybe in 7 games. I think it's trending towards that path. When it comes to the Celtics versus Cavaliers, it just hurts me to say this, but the Celtics are just going to win this series and go to the NBA Finals. And again, like I said, it hurts me to say this because I'm a Lakers fan, and no Lakers fan wants to see the Celtics go to the championship, side to the NBA Finals, let alone win one. So I understand that the Celtics are going to go to the NBA Finals. I'm just hoping that the Warriors win the conference finals and go to the NBA Finals, so they can actually win the NBA Finals against the Celtics. But we all know, this is not exactly a one-sided thing. LeBron is still LeBron. He's gonna do his thing. He's still gonna score 40 points a night, maybe even 50 if you allow him to help his team win ball games. So I think he's gonna have that sense of urgency to actually try to force this series to go to Game 7. I think the series will go to Game 7. However, I still think the Celtics will win the series. And this is the only time ever that you're going to hear this from me. But I hope the Cavaliers win this series. And like I said, the only time in my life that I have ever said that. The only time in my life. Believe me, I don't want to see the Celtics go to the NBA Finals. But I'm afraid it might be that way. But the series will go to 7 games, I can tell you that much. Now, before going to the other subject, I want to ask you an honest question. How many times have you seen NBA players get injured just this season? Even if it's a minor injury, an injury that might be a day-to-day injury, or an injury that might take a week or two that you can still play through, that kind of injury. I don't know. I mean, what in the world is going on in the NBA that players are getting more injured than usual? I just don't get it. Is it playing time? Is it travel? Is it the schedule? I don't know. The NBA has had an 82 game schedule for a few decades now, so it's nothing new. However, when you look at it, the trend of getting injured more, it's starting to go up there, and it's starting to get worrying. It's starting to get worrying a bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe the schedule is just too much for these players to handle. I mean, you saw the Golden State Warriors for a certain stretch of time before the season ended that, Draymond Green Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant were out. That they were injured. Some are speculating that it was just Steve Kerr resting his players. Okay, that could be the case. But I'm not gonna go ahead and say that is definitely the case. This is not a video about speculating whether it was a thing of resting players or not. This is about injuries. I'm just not sure what's going on. I don't know what the players are being fed. I don't know if it's about the kind of material that they're using in their uniforms or something. I just don't know. It just worries me because in years past, yes, there are a few amount of players who get injured during the year, but this year it was just more alarming than ever. And it makes me think, shouldn't the NBA schedule change in some way? Either to decrease the number of games that there are, to get rid of the back-to-backs, or to find a way to balance it out so we have an 82 game season, but at the same time there are no back-to-backs. We gotta ask ourselves all these things, people. And when we see players resting, there are a lot of people who are mad about it. We even see it in the media, and we see experts talking about, oh, why are they resting players? It's just bad for the league. It's just unlawful, or whatever the case may be. It's just bad. They're doing the disservice to the league. We hear it all the time, right? It's nothing new. But I saw a video about this just yesterday, and the thing I saw was that there's a topic here that trend. These teams that rest their players do it because they are successful teams. They are 50+ win teams. That's one. Number two, they do it on the second game on the road of a back-to-back. So they play one game and then the second straight night you gotta go somewhere else on a back-to-back. So these teams who are successful decide to rest their players because they know that they're in a safe spot when it comes to playoff contention. All right. So when I see this topic, a lot of people are like, "Yo, man, why are they doing this? This is just bad." And we even hear about the story of the family who only gets to watch one game a year, who spent 1 month's worth of salary on trips and going to the game and whatnot. That ended up not watching their favorite player because that favorite player decided, or the team decided to rest their players. What I have to say about that is, why are you getting upset? Isn't the main goal to win a championship during the year? Isn't that the main goal? Like, if it was me, okay, honestly, I would get a little bit mad, yes. But I would understand that at the end of the day, it would be beneficial for the team to rest their player if they are on the second game of a back-to-back and they're facing a team that it's not gonna give them much of an impact, overall. It gives the bench players some playing time. That's number one. Number two, this resting thing is actually beneficial for the team because it means that the player can last more time in the long run. What do you prefer? A player resting for a couple of games, for 2-3 games during the year, the second night of a back-to-back that are not gonna have much impact when they basically have a guaranteed playoff spot? Or do you prefer to see that player having to sit out 20 to 30 games because of an injury? Like, you should think about these stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You should understand this. Like when a a team rests their players, yes, on one side it's on one side it might, you might be angry at it, but at the same time it allows your team, your favorite team, the ability to stretch out the season, so they can be ready come playoff time. Once the playoffs arrive, they will be refreshed and ready to go. I understand a lot of people are gonna be, even with this, they're still gonna be mad about resting players. But if it was me, if the Lakers were on a successful position, per se, and they would rest one of their successful key players, honestly, I would be like, well, good for them, because that would mean that they would have more of a chance later down the road when it's time to end the season and start the playoffs. Now, I understand that every team has that luxury. If it's a team that's on the 8th seed, or a team that's just trying to battle it out, trying to make sure they have a playoff spot but it's not a complete guarantee, then yes, it's not a good idea. But resting players, it's the only way that they're gonna keep on going all season long. Again, what do you prefer? A team that rests their players about 5 nights a year, or having to sit out that player because of a certain injury for 20 to 30 games a year, maybe even more, an entire season? That wear and tear has its effect, not only during the regular season, but later on down their career as well. I mean, just look at LeBron James. This man has been playing for so much time in his career. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, he's practically a robot or something like that. He's like a machine, playing so many minutes. But yet again, he's played for, again, at a certain moment in time, you might want to wonder, when will he start to fall off? I'm not saying I want that. I don't want that. Unfortunately, Father Time's gonna catch up to him. Like the most recent example I can give you, Kobe Bryant. I mean, before 2013, how many of you thought this man was gonna last until the year number 23 or 24, possibly, of his career? That this man had zero chances of getting devastatingly injured. How many of you thought of that? I would bet not many. I mean, a lot of people would have thought he's gonna play for 22, maybe in 23 seasons. He might even play until he's 40. But then we all know about the Achilles injury he suffered against the Golden State Warriors right before the end of the season back in 2013. It was an injury that would devastate him for what would be left of his career, in all honesty. And it goes to show you, nobody can last long. Could LeBron last for 20 years? Heck, maybe even play until he's 40 plus? Sure, he might. But what would be the chance of him being at 100% when that moment arrives? He's not going to be averaging 25, 6, and 6 every single year. I mean, he's been doing it so far. But it's not going to be that long before the wear and tear starts to show. That the toll, that's going to take its toll. You better start understanding that. Now going to the schedule thing. Maybe there's a way to keep the 82 game season and at the same time make sure that the back-to-backs are either reduced or eliminated. Either one of the two. Number one, identify the dead spots during the year. The times where free agents are signed, at least the really popular ones. And basically, there's not much of an action going on during the NBA. and try to start the training camp and NBA preseason at that moment. That would be one. Number two, shorten the preseason to less games. Nobody wants to see these NBA players play for nothing. Like, that's a preseason for you. Players are playing just for nothing. It's just a few extra games for them that don't really matter that much. It's like an extension of the NBA regular season, basically. So I would say reduce the amount of games there are during the preseason. Alright? Number three, delay the time in which it takes to get to the NBA Finals. Instead of making it June, early June or late May, how about taking it back to either mid-June or heck, maybe even July, and have the draft, diminish the time between the NBA Finals and the draft, or just the NBA Finals and free agency. And then you see there's an extension there. Now, I might not be the best when it comes to negotiations, but you might get the point here overall. Like, there's a way to satisfy everybody. Make sure that we get an 82 game season that will be in the NBA's part, and at the same time, make sure that there's not as much wear and tear as there is right now. Now, I want all of you who watch this video to think about this, because this is going to be really important. I mean, there are a couple of videos I would like you to watch. The links will be in the description. One of them will be made. One of them was made by Mike Kurzemba. I think it was last year. Which was called the NBA's biggest problem. I think it was. We was talking about this same exact topic and the wear and tear it has had in the NBA, and how the fans and the media are mad because players are resting and all that type of stuff. There's another video, the one I said I watched yesterday, which was made by SB Nation. I'm gonna put those two videos in the description just so you can go ahead and check it out. I'm not sharing my points a little bit. I don't know. Overall, the NBA season needs to either be cut short to less games, or to be stretched out further to make sure that there are less back-to-backs. Like, there can be a workaround or a happy medium for everybody involved. It's all about committing to this. I mean, the NBA is a business, but at the same time, people don't have to suffer because of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, comment, subscribe for more videos. Make sure to check out my channel Dynamite and my Twitch. See you guys next time with another video. Peace.